what's unkempt, but I've been crawling through this dungeon trying to fight monsters and free you and your companions.
Yes, and
What
save your
comes to
asses.
you? Yes, and saving your asses.
Well, I appreciate you saving my rear end.
Now come, there's a fountain. Drink your fill.
What's up, Tyr?
And let us go.
I got to get you your
go
token
piss yourself.
packet, Tyr. Never fear,
Well,
I'll get
after
you that
listening
code.
to the fountain for hours on end, I think he's done that to extremes.
Yeah, that's probably
I have a-
dehydrated.
I have a bunch of codes I have to test to see which ones are good and which ones are used.
Pissing dust.
Because the sheet that I had that kept
Absolutely.
track of which ones I had given out already.
Dave, I want to check this room though.
I
really
lost
want to
it.
scour it. Look at the walls.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. You guys
make
can.
sure that the former guys didn't leave anything lying behind or anything that could give us a clue or anything.
Sure, yeah. Give me a perception check. Absolutely.
Oh wow!
Very nice. Yeah, you don't see anything.
I kicked some dust around.
You just see that there's a nice water fountain with a bunch of with cool running water. So
Dave, I've moved over to the fountain. I want to check.
yeah, I'll
Just
get you
have to look
to.
at the fountain, see if anybody's like throwing coins in as you would for like a wishing well, that
You know-
sort of thing.
It's great that you asked that because they came right over to the Fail. I'm sorry, Fail came right over to this fountain, looked in it, and went And you see that there are some coins on the bottom of this fountain. There's probably about 20 gold and 40 silver worth. So I'll go ahead and I'll add that to the tracker and divide
Nice
that
kind.
out. Yeah, I'll add that to everyone's.
Oh my
inventory,
god!
yeah.
Really?
No, seriously.
I thought that was like part of the decoration on the bottom of the.
No,
very well.
no, those are actually coins, ma'am. Coins,
There you
my
go.
lady.
I thought that was decorative tiles.
Right.
Ah, but my sharp range of sight saw through there.
What's up, Hansel?
Water bends the light as you look, you see.
Oh,
You learn this sort of thing as a ranger.
yeah.
I learned this sort of thing as a pirate, captain of a pirate ship. But we'll get into that later.
Yes,
I believe
Jensen.
you stole the ship, did you not?
He hears you say he hears you two talking about pirates, and he's face down in this fountain just drinking, and he's filling up this water skin, and he turns around, and when he turns around, he's got water just dripping off of his face, and he says, "You're a pirate? Tell me a story of a pirate story, of a pirate. Tell me the story of a pirate. You said you have a ship?
Well, I had
Were
a
you
ship.
sailing the high seas? Were there
Well, I'll tell
monsters
you.
and krakens and were there all kinds of octopus and all big Please tell me a story.
If you shut up long enough, I will.
Hey,
Octopuppies.
that's not nice.
Well, I was not even planning to be a pirate. I was conscripted. I was knocked out in a tavern, and was chained up on board a ship, where I was made to do work. After a while, myself and some others, we freed the ship from a sea monster, and the captain of that ship took off. And I took over the ship and became captain.
Wow, that's a cool
And after
story.
a bit of people not really as mutinies go, they decided to mutiny on me. I burnt the ship and left.
Oh wow, so you said
So I don't have the ship anymore.
ooh. So you said if I can't captain this ship, nobody will. And you set it on fire? Holy cow.
Oh, that's very brilliant. I'm glad you saw that.
Of course. I make potions for a living. I have to have some sort of intelligence. I have tons and tons of ingredients I have to memorize.
Alright, you are. I didn't even want to be captain, but it just fell into my lap. And then the people, they didn't even respect me. And then they want to turn on me. I didn't even want to be captain, but I did it for them. And then they turn on me. So I burnt the ship.
So when the seaman turned on you, how did you get away?
Well, there was quite a fight, but I left out one of the we shipwrecked, and from that point I burnt the ship and took off as it burned.
I bet you just had this evil laugh as it burned, didn't you?
I don't laugh.
Well, you don't laugh.
I haven't
You'll
found anything
discover that
funny
Miss
enough.
Fail. You'll discover that Miss Fail has no sense of humour.
It seems
That's why
like
I'm
it.
with these guys.
It seems like it.
Hey, what's up, Missy?
We'll be able to find esoteric things amusing, like halflings. They're always an amusement and an entertainment for hours on end. But burning ships are not amusing.
No, I left this one time and I cut the guy's throat and he was trying to talk and it was all bubbly and gurgly.
At
I
this
did
point,
kind of laugh a little at that. That was funny.
At this point, I shall give Fail quite a shocked and slightly like, ooh, oh, that's quite nasty.
Sounds fun.
What? He was a bad guy. It's not like I cut a little kid's head off. Get over it.
You hear him take a big gulp.
Well, this remind me never to make you angry.
Indeed.
Man.
You would do well to remember that, yes. Now let's move along, get this guy back.
Oh, certainly.
We don't want anything happening to our bounty. This guy.
Absolutely, 100 gold each will be a valuable bounty.
All right, so you guys get.
You really have to say that?
Everybody gets back over to the other area, or the other, where the others are held, where Myrtila and Sertanian and Cartonix are all held, and they're actually happy to see Jensen. All right, so you guys are back to the. Unless you guys want to have any, I guess you guys want to say anything to the others. We'll kind of start back to where you guys are basically back at the entrance. So the only other way that to go is basically south, and this is where when everyone was taking their long rest, this is where you had seen, going down, you've seen some hobgoblins go this way.
I did, yes.
You did. Mm-hmm.
And down towards the bottom, there appears to be some kind of secret door or latch or mechanism that they used to open and allow themselves through. I feel, Miss Vale, that searching for such intricacies and devices would be much more to your thing than it would be to mine.
Where's everyone going? What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm moving everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just don't mind no attention to me. You guys are still there, so you guys go down this. I guess you guys go down the stairs, maybe.
Okay, yeah. So that's another. This is the one that goes down deep.
It does. It's a very, very long walk. It's a
Yeah, we
staircase.
feel like it's a good time to move on from this level. Yeah.
Yeah, the staircase descends about 60 feet, 70 feet. Takes a couple turns, goes down another 40, 50 feet. And this is after coming to the false wall that you had seen, the hobgoblins go into, Vane. Now, as you guys come down to the bottom of this stairwell, I'm going to sync you guys up to where I'm at, lower left-hand corner of the map.
Ah, there we are.
There we go, yes. Had to link you guys up. There is a very massive room as you guys finish descending down the staircase. And sorry to rush you guys a little bit on that. I'm really not trying to rush you guys, but
That's fine.
you guys actually see a large chamber that is just a room full of nothing but mushrooms. I mean, literally, this place is full of nothing but mushrooms.
Mushroom farm here?
All kinds of different types of small, bulbous mushrooms. It has a very, you can tell that it's very damp down here. It has a very musty smell. Mostly all brown and gray colored mushrooms.
Well, have a field day, Ranger.
Yeah, you're in heaven right here.
I'm looking for a grave ergot or a crypt black tip. These are mushrooms that Vane particularly enjoys.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this room is there is like a phosphorescent type of fungus or fungi that's growing on the walls, and it's actually illuminating this room with a very, very low, dimly lit light. And it looks like over in the corner of the room you can see where there is a sort of like a spot on the floor where there's no mushrooms. You can actually see this as you're coming down the stairs and looking into the room.
Can I make a nature check to ascertain any sort of like puffballs or anything like that that may explode and shower us with tiny biting nastiness?
Absolutely.
Is this safe to walk on, or are these dangerous?
So you kind of want to kind of glance around the room and looking at the different mushrooms. You can definitely tell that there's several different varieties of mushrooms. Now there's cloud spore mushrooms. You see shrieker mushrooms. You also see slumber spores and doom spores. So there's quite an array of mushrooms here, and they're all mixed together.
The names of those things don't sound very pleasing.
They're not. The shriekers, particularly, to be avoided. They will emit a piercing shriek and alert guards.
They do.
Doom spores do not sound good. The slumber spores, well, I think you can guess what they do. Dave, there are no sort of hallucinogenic mushrooms or anything like that?
Well, let's see. Your knowledge. You had a pretty decent nature check roll. You're level 2, so yeah, that's a heck of a roll. So you know that the cloud spores, they are brown, and if you disturb these cloud spores, these are the ones that will emit the cloud of spores. That it doesn't do any kind of. There's no elements to this. It basically just provides a cloud that will basically form around you. And the shrieker mushrooms, you know that these are a white mushroom. There's several white mushrooms, throughout this room. These are the ones that will shriek whenever you get close to them. Now the doom spores, these are the grayish brown mushrooms, and these can be poisonous, and they can have some lingering effects as well even if you just touch them. Now the slumber spores, these are the ones that have the red caps on them. These are the ones that will they emit like a glue, and they will mess with your footing basically. It's used, these slumber spores are used to make like cement and other glues that you would find in town.
So what you're telling me, Vane, is this room is a whole big pile of nope.
It is.
It's a big pile of nasty. Don't touch anything. I'm looking for more recreational mushrooms, Dave.
You don't see any. You don't see any kind of not
think
here.
The recreation will be getting across this.
I think so too.
Excellent.
But you see a door on the eastern end of this chamber, yeah.
These platforms, are they raised platforms, or are they just literally?
No, the mushrooms are growing from the floor. They're actually floor level.
Right, I take it what we see in the corners of the rooms are pits.
There is a pit. Yes, there is. On the left-hand side, there are several pits. Yes, correct.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. I thought they were platforms. Sorry, didn't realize they were pits.
Yep. They're about 10 foot wide.
Do you want to investigate those, Miss Fell, or do you want to just tippy-toe through this and and escape?
There's a pit in this room. I think we have to check it out. One of our bounties could be hiding in there.
What a pity.
Seeker or Pride?
Yes.
Any ideas?
Well, mushrooms aren't my favorite dish. I say we go for the door.
I say I don't have any preference, but I'm not going in as one of the first. So if someone is getting hurt, I can still help you guys out.
I turn to Vane and say, I think I know who's going first.
I could
can
go
help
first if you wish. I do know. I do have maybe a better step than you, and could weave my way through, knowing how far away we need to stay from various mushrooms to avoid setting them off, as it were.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard thing, because these things are mixed together. There's really it seems like almost every step is going to be dangerous, if you know what I mean. So basically,
Vane, what if we set fire to the whole place? Would that kill it, though?
Well,
It's-
yes,
yeah.
but how are you going to set fire to a damp room?
Well, the fire dries things out. You just need to get the fire started.
Good luck with that. Here's 2 pieces of moss. Knock yourself out.
Well, I have a torch and tinder and all that. I mean, come on.
Vay's gonna say, hold on, let me log in my mage from the 5th edition game, and I'll blast this fucking place with my fireballs.
I know, I'm really wishing I had them on my mage right now. I just fly across them.
Well, I'm actually wishing I had a little flat cap and a moustache, and then I could just run in and jump on the mushrooms and get rid of them that way.
Correct, yeah.
I can
Mario.
Mario, you know like a mushrooms.
I can give you a couple flask of oil to help. The Seeker has a couple flask of oil. So if you need oil to help get the fire started, it seems like a wise decision.
If you
to
set
burn
fire to the
this.
shriekers, they will shriek and they will make noise and alert our foes that we're on our way.
Yeah, that's true, but we're going to fight them one way or the other, right? Oh,
Well-
what if they come running in here, and then they take all the damage from the mushrooms?
Yeah, but the thing is that this doesn't look disturbed. I'll give you that, Vane, because you would also be looking for tracks. It doesn't seem like this room or this plot of mushrooms has been disturbed. I mean, it really doesn't. There's no trail going through these mushrooms. They look undisturbed.
I say to Vane, did you really saw the hobgoblins going down here?
I did,
Because
my
if
friend.
it isn't disturbed, then there has to be somewhere like a secret door or something to go around this place.
I shall do a perception check to see if I can spot a secret door.
All right. You don't see any. Not even with a 17. Maybe they came down just to pick some mushrooms, possibly.
Possibly. I didn't stay to watch.
Well, hand me that oil, Seeker.
Sure,
We'll get
he
something
hands it
going
right
here.
over to you. It seems like the
If there's no
logical
objections-
choice.
We're getting nowhere doing this, so if there's no objections, let's just proceed. What do you think?
Flame on.
Yeah, very well.
So basically, if you guys want to travel across this, you're going to roll a 1d4. And every square you move, you roll a 1d4. So if you're going to hit a mushroom, And it depends on the 1d4 and what mushroom you're going to roll. So that's how the mechanics are going to work in this room.
So you're gonna step on one.
Yeah,
Just
you're
gotta
definitely
figure
going to
out
step
which
on.
one.
Yep, exactly.
Seeker, if I may.
Yes.
Impose upon you, sir. Your soap that you use for your constant shaving. Maybe borrow make use of your soap.
Well, I only have the 1 bar of soap left.
That is fine.
What are you needing it for, Vane? What are you
If we
needing
cut
it for?
cut it into pieces and then stuff up our ears so that the shriekers do not disorientate us and cause us to panic or pain.
You mean you want to use my soap as earplugs?
You can have it back.
But if I get it back, it's going to be in pieces, Vane. How am I going to shave my face with
I could
pieces of
use
soap?
strips of leather stick in my ear, I think.
Okay. And he gets into his pack and he just kind of looks at his last bar of soap and he hands it over and he says, "I really hope you know what you're doing because that is the best soap in the Vale."
I will buy you 2 bars to replace it, my friend. 2 bars.
Ooh, well, that sounds.
Yes,
tempting.
Pride will buy you 2 bars of soap.
Well, I'm glad
Yes, he will.
I'm glad I
she
shaved this morning.
will.
So, all right, let's do this then.
Why are you saying me, Phil?
You're the one that's got us into this.
God
That is
damn it.
true.
Alright, so I'll pluck in my ear some soap as well. And then I'm gonna take this oil and throw it out into the room.
Okay.
Make a good spread towards the door to the right.
Okay.
And get to my flint and steel and light it up.
Well, I have torches, I believe.
I'm putting those pieces of soap also in my ears.
Yeah.
Alright, I take my flint and steel and light this torch.
Actually, no, I don't. I don't have torches.
I have a couple torches.
Alright, I'll grab one. Light it up with the flint and steel and then set fire to the oil.
All right. So the oil does burn. It takes a couple seconds, but it does start burning quite slowly. It doesn't seem like the fire is spreading too much, but there is a pretty putrid smell. You know, that's mixing with the the must smell that you already have. It smells like shit, actually. smells like burnt Indian food in a diaper. So.
Well, the mushrooms didn't grow on top of nice clean water.
But you hear a couple shriekers. They shriek. It seems like they've met their untimely end, unfortunately. Very high pitched squeak.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Let it out.
Let it
Yes,
out.
Be over soon.
don't.
The Seeker says he will use his cat-like reflexes to check out these pits. Oh yeah.
Yes, goodbye.
Alright, so the Seeker steps out and poof, as he steps into the room, he hits a cloud spore and you almost can't see the Seeker after about 10 seconds or so. There's a huge cloud that is coming out of this spore that he hit, and it's almost like
question.
a...
Did we do no damage to the mushrooms that we burned?
Yeah, there's an area that's burning over by the door, probably about a 5-foot area by the door. I will say the square that's right in front of the door. That's sort of like smoking, and you could see several small flames coming out of it over there.
Okay.
You said you threw it to the door.
Well, okay.
Where
It's
are you
it's
talking
not going
about?
to do it a huge amount.
The door here?
Well, yeah, in the direction towards the door.
Okay,
But it only burned a 5-foot square area, so it's not a big deal.
yeah. It's it's only one little flask of oil. It's not like it's a Jose Cuervo 101 or Wild Turkey 101 with a rag hanging out of it that you're throwing and smashing it off of the wall as a Molotov cocktail. No, it's just a small little flask of oil. I believe oil is what, in a 1 ounce bottle?
That's alright. We'll move it
I'm
on.
not sure.
I can make it to where the whole the whole room is just a raging
No.
inferno now.
No, that's what he had. That's what he had. I wasn't sure what the size was. That's okay.
Yeah, well, he has.
I had different expectations for what we were going to do, but the oil was smaller than what I had in my mind, so it's like we didn't do it at all. So that's fine. I didn't lose any oil.
Yeah, well, we'll say that 2 squares are burning because there were 2 flasks of oil. So, yeah, these they're just little flasks of oil. So Seeker's going to take another step. We'll see what happens. Poof! Another cloud.
No, Seeker, I don't see you anymore.
Alright, so now he has stepped on one of the Slumber Spores. So I will go ahead and... Oh yeah, all of a sudden you hear a... and see a bunch of white, thick white fluid kind of like shatter out from him. And it looks like he has stepped on one of the Slumber Spores. So let's make a saving throw.
Seeker, didn't you just say earlier that we should head for the door?
Yeah, yes, but I wanted to check out these pits. These pits are quite interesting. And so now the Seeker, he is basically stuck, and his feet are stuck. And he's just encased from about the knee down in this thick white sticky substance that is, and you're just kind of laughing, Vane, because you know that he hit a Slumber Spore.
Seeker, urinate on the glue. It'll disperse it and break it up.
Do you think that works?
Oh yes. My father told me about it many years ago. And I forgot. Watch this.
he starts peeing on the mushroom. He starts sort of like peeing all around him and stuff. He's like, "All right, we'll see if this works."
You must pee on your robes as well. It'll get the glue off your robes.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, my friend. That's kind of going a little bit too far.
Well, it's your robes. You should be stuck. I don't mind.
Oh, so you see, he's kind of aiming it on his feet now. So he's hitting his shoes. We'll see how this works. You are the tracker. You know all the ins and outs of nature. So I'll take your word for it.
Vane, let's just get this over with.
Oh, very well.
All right, so we'll basically just I don't want to do rolls for every single. We'll just say everybody is going to lose. We'll say everybody loses. Probably, we'll say half your life. So we'll say everybody has 15 wounds, and everybody's down 2 healing surges. So. Well, I'm going to take 2 surges from everybody, because it would take, quite a while to.
Yeah,
do
it would
this.
take a while doing each one.
Yeah, it would.
For each player.
It would. So these pits, at the bottom of these pits, there's a lot of trash, and not only the pit goes down about 10 feet. Now, when you look up, there's also another hole, and I want you guys to give me Dungeoneering checks.
Alright.
In the tower.
Do we have a no? Just freely. Do you have we don't have a dwarf, so.
Yes, we do. Seeker's a dwarf.
Oh,
Yeah,
Seeker is a
Seeker's a
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Seeker is a dwarf. I totally forgot. All right. So let me do my Dungeoneering check. All right, so the Seeker knows. The Seeker looks up and sort of looks at the the hole in the ceiling to the north, and he says, "Ah, these are the pits